Just when you think it can't get touched anymore by Heung, Tottenham Hotspur put out 3 videos last night that get you all emotional and all jelly-legged again. I know it's just a footballer, right? And he's leaving our football club and going on to a different adventure across the seas and all the rest of it. And we all know that it's the right decision. It makes sense for him, it makes sense for us, it makes sense for the clubs. But when you see Heung crying and sniffing and all upset about having to make a decision to change his employer, it does touch you if you're anything like me and have a bit of a heart and are a bit of a softie, to be honest. So yeah, I watched all 3 videos. So there was a proper video without all the crying and everything, where he was kind of talking about his time at Tottenham and, you know, coming as a young man and then leaving as an adult and you know, not being able to speak English and settling into the club, and how we welcomed him and how proud he is to have see the Korean fans in the stadium, and the fact that Tottenham fans have taken the Korean fans to their heart and supported them. And the same thing makes him very, very proud and so on, which was, you know, very touching and nice to hear him kind of talking like that. But then when you see the next video where he's crying and sniffing, all upset and emotional about the situation, it shows you that this is a man who cared about our club in the same way that we cared about him. And it touches, you know, it does touch your heart that, you know, it's very rare that you see a footballer actually be so attached to a football club and to show their softer side, I guess. You know, the lad has worked very, very hard, and he talks about his parents and how his parents had, you know, instilled on him about it's great to be a great footballer, but being a great human is more important. And that's great. That's great ethics from his parents, and you know, they should be very, very proud of him as a person and what he's achieved, and the love that people have got for him. The fact, like I've said in previous videos, the fact that 90% of the clubs out there, that the players and the fans will all be positive about Son. I mean, I've seen some quite derogatory comments from the usual suspects, but you know, you have to take that with a pinch of salt, because that's just clickbait, people trying to be clever. But generally speaking, he's well respected around the world, around football, around, you know, fan bases and stuff. And I think that's you know, a testament to him as a person, and the way that he's kind of said goodbye, very, very classy. The final video was Sonny's farewell letter message, I guess, where he talked about his, I don't know how he does it, he does this thing, doesn't he? Where he kind of talked about that framing the moment to become photographs in his memory and so on. And I think that's you know, an interesting concept. I hadn't thought about it from that point of view, but yeah, interesting to hear him talk about it from that point of view, and what he was trying to achieve with it. So yeah, very, very sad, but interesting to see where he's going from here. He's now signed on specifically to LA, and obviously we wish him all the best for that, and hope that it turns out as he wants it to. The big issue now is, what is Daniel Levy going to do in the transfer market to fill that void? That's the interesting question that Tottenham fans are left with, because whilst his contributions may have started to be on the decline, his contribution overall has been massive, and you cannot just take that out of our team and expect it to be replaced. There is talk that Thomas Frank is hugely impressed with Wilson Odobert, and I'm not saying that Wilson will not be a great player for Spurs. He may well be, and that would be great to see. But at the same time, that is still another squad member that has moved on. So Daniel Levy, over to you, mate.